All right, thank you very much, Stouffville, for welcoming me here to talk about my current passion and my current day-to-day dream, which is to help make the world a better place. So I'm here to talk to you today about this. This is the lucky iron fish. And the lucky iron fish is a clinically proven, simple solution for a global problem. And that problem is iron deficiency. So main symptoms for iron deficiency are fatigue and tiredness. You're tired all day, you can't perform in school, you have a lacking ability to work. But it's actually a greater problem than that. In fact, symptoms for iron deficiency can range from dizziness and fatigue all the way to death. It negatively impacts the lives of 3.5 billion people around the planet. That is half of the world's population. Raise your hand in here if you have iron deficiency or if you've had iron deficiency, because I have, yeah. It does not discriminate against the developed and developing world. When you have iron deficiency, your ability to work or focus in school is reduced by 20%. And that actually results in a negative loss to the global economy of $70 billion a year. This is a map that's been provided by the World Health Organization. And as you can see, iron deficiency is seen in every country around the planet. The deeper the red, the higher the occurrences of iron deficiency. So it is definitely seen more in the developing world. The lucky iron fish started off in a country in Southeast Asia, actually in Cambodia, where half of the population suffers from iron deficiency, mainly women and children. We need a simple solution for this global problem, and that solution is the lucky iron fish. So how does the lucky iron fish work? What does it do? Well, simply put the lucky iron fish into your pot. If you're boiling your drinking water or making soup, pasta, or rice, just boil it for 10 minutes, and that can release up to 75% of your daily required iron intake. One fish can last over 5 years. So why is it shaped like a fish is usually the next question I get asked. The project actually started off with a disc, and although we found positive results cooking with this iron disc, we had a 0.2% compliance rate, which is very low. Why would you cook with a disc for a condition you don't believe you have? And so after some research, it was discovered that the symbol of fish in Cambodia is a symbol of luck and prosperity. And so we shaped the disc into Tridaisanai, which in Khmer is literally the lucky fish. And after some time, we saw a 92% compliance rate. The main current treatments for iron deficiency are iron supplement pills. These are expensive and they have negative side effects, and they're just not working to solve this problem. In Cambodia, iron supplements cost an average of $30 per person per year. With a lucky iron fish, costs $5, the whole family can benefit from it, and it lasts 5 years. If we were to look at that at an aggregate scale, if an aid agency were to purchase iron supplements for all of the children in need in Cambodia for 5 years, it would cost $540 million. If that same aid agency would buy the lucky iron fish, which the whole family can benefit from for 5 years, it would only cost $1.5 million. That's almost a 500% reduction on that aid agency's budget that they can use to solve other problems plaguing the community. Our competitive advantage is threefold. We have acceptability, as we've seen with the 92% compliance rate. We have affordability, as we've seen at $5 versus $30. And we're the first to the market with this idea. But beyond our competitive advantage is really where my passion lies and why I'm happy to be involved. And that's our social impact. I feel very strongly that businesses have a very important role to play in solving some of the world's most pressing issues. And that's why it is my mission and vision to have a social impact at every level of how we do business, not just at our end product. So the fish is produced locally in Cambodia. This creates economic stimulus in the region and does skills development training for those who produce it. The fish itself is also made out of recycled material, actually recycled car parts to be exact. That's not very appetizing, so we just say recycled material. The packaging is 100% biodegradable and is also produced in Cambodia. It's produced by a cooperative that hires disabled Cambodians, many of them landmine victims from the mines left from the Khmer Rouge. We hire locals to do our distribution and sales, creating an income in the communities and creating an employable workforce for moving up into future jobs and careers. We partner with local agencies to make sure that the lucky iron fish gets out to all of the regions of Cambodia. This is our little tuk-tuk. It's 6 months old. It's already seen more of the country than I have, and I've been working there since 2011. We also do nutritional programs in schools and markets to talk about a healthy diet and to dispel some of the myths around iron deficiency. And it's very important for us to say that a healthy diet includes the daily use of a lucky iron fish. And so as you can see, we have a social impact into every element of our supply chain, from our production, sales and distribution, through our health and educational programs, and with our strong partnerships. It's our vision to improve both the health and the wealth of the communities we're engaged with. We have many accomplishments to date that we're very proud of. We have 2 successful published clinical trials proving that the lucky iron fish works. We have a trademark and patent on the design and concept of lucky iron fish. Strong partnerships both here in Canada and in Cambodia. A significant investment into the product to help us scale up. And international media attention. We were just recognized at the Clinton Global Initiative University, and Maclean's magazine ranked us one of 5 innovations that's going to make a better planet. So I've been talking a bit about us being a social business, and one way to describe the uniqueness of a social business is we operate with a blended financial model. And so we get funds and resources through revenue, like a business does, but also grant funding, philanthropic support, and equity investment. So this might look a little dry to some and exciting to others. It's very exciting to me. This is our financial projections until 2017. Very standard for a startup, a loss in the first couple of years and then some modest profit. But because of the grant support we've gotten, mainly from the federal government of Canada, we've been able to operate debt-free. This is helping expedite our scaling process, getting more fish to more people, and at the same time, in 2017, we can provide dividends to those investors who believed in us from the beginning. We have raised about $1 million in 8 months to help scale up this project and bring it to a global proportion. And we're still looking for more investment, so if anyone's interested. But with all these successes, we still faced 2 critical challenges. The first is the affordability of the fish into the poorest regions around the world. In Cambodia, 70% of people live on under $1 a day. $5 is incredibly expensive to those individuals and those families. The second is distribution to very remote, inaccessible regions. This is a photo taken during the rainy season. When highways become rivers and lakes, it's very difficult to get the fish out there. I don't think our tuk-tuk with a couple kilograms of fish would make it across that river. And so we've had to change our strategic direction to go from direct door-to-door sales to indirect bulk sales. And we're doing this by partnering with Canadian and Cambodian businesses and aid agencies who are offering iron supplementation in the countries that we're looking at. Risk is something that's very important to us and to me, and it's something I think about every day. And the first is safety. Safety to lucky iron fish is paramount. It's not a lucky iron fish if it's hurting people. And the hardest part of this project for me has been finding a secure source of iron in Cambodia that wasn't contaminated with arsenic or mercury. After finding it in, surprisingly, car parts, that's where we've established a quality control mechanism and procedure to test every batch of fish to make sure it's safe and that it's working. And doing this, we've also created graduate student academic opportunities at the University of Phnom Penh in Cambodia. Competition is important to us, not because of our egos and that we want to be the ones saving the world, but because we know that our product is safe, but someone else might not take the same steps we do If someone wants to save some money off the budget, they might skip some tests or do no tests at all, and then they're going to end up hurting people. And so we hammered down the idea that the Lucky Ironfish is a trusted brand that's been tested and approved by the government. And finally, it's sustainability. I want to prove that socially driven businesses can be sustainable. And so I'm trying to secure a sustainable business model, which we've done by shifting our strategic direction. Our expected impact over the next 5 years is to sell 1 million fish in Cambodia, which will improve the lives of 5 million Cambodians. We want to employ 100 Cambodians to produce the fish and an additional 50 underemployed youth to help with our packaging and distribution. The team to do this is an amazing team that's growing every day. It's being led by myself, as it was said before, a PhD candidate who will soon graduate and then be able to devote 100% of my time to this project. We have Dr. Alistair Summerly, who's the president of University of Guelph, chairing our board, and Chris Charles, the inventor of the project, in an advisory capacity on our board. The Mars Discovery District in Toronto has provided amazing mentors with experience in this area, and they provide feedback that's been very beneficial to us. But what's very important to us is we also have partners on the ground. And so we have 2 critical partners, EME and 17 Triggers, who are helping navigate cultural barriers and understand the Cambodian system. So we're not done with Cambodia. The focus groups have shown that a fish is significant in many cultures and religions. And so it is my goal to see a fish in every pot around the planet to make a difference in iron deficiency. And I want to say, lastly, that if you're excited by this project, if you like it, you can go to our website and buy a fish for yourself. However, we're not going to charge you $5. We charge $25 in developed communities, and then those profits will support the purchase of 3 fish for those who can't afford them. So thank you very much for listening about the Lucky Ironfish, the shape of health, the shape of hope.